What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and here's another video. I have gotten an exclusive interview from Jgod'S himself that he highlights and talks about in regards to the Bobbypoff situation. Now, he, is essentially just reporting all the facts, whether it's verified or not, right? Just basically every single piece of word that is going around the Twitter space, the COD space, the Twitch space, the streaming space, you know it, right? And he is just putting his input on how he feels about the whole situation. So, we're going to be talking to him today and see what else he has to say. And as a disclaimer, guys, this is not me attacking Jgod'S, right? A lot of YouTubers, they like to react to other content creators. They like to give their own 2 cents on how they feel. I think Jgod'S, as a Call of Duty enthusiast, the person that talks about in regards to weapons, attachments, news about Call of Duty, his thoughts on social aspects in the Call of Duty space as well. I do respect his opinion on those matters, and if there is something that I want to add an addition on or respond to, I think it'd be really cool to have an open conversation with that. But before we get started with the interview, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. We're currently sitting at 987 subs. We are 13 subs away from hitting 1,000. Now, this ain't no silver plaque 100k sub goal that we're about to reach, right? With the content that I'm pushing out, it really serves as a good reminder that for anybody who's interested in content creation, right? If you buckle 10 toes down, give your 110% effort in regards to content, making content, networking, developing ideas, talking about it, and really going hands down, content creation is a very plausible thing to do. But as I always say in the videos, guys, if you believe in honest gaming and you want to bring back honest gaming, please drop a like, drop a sub to the channel, and let's get started on pushing out more content. All right? Thanks, guys. But I'm just kidding, guys. This is just a video that Jgod'S had posted on More Jgod'S in regards to the Bobbypoff situation, and this is just me reacting to it and giving you my honest feedback and my additional input on the matter. But hey, check this out. This is really cool. Kind of reminds you of a 2012 Skype call interview type of style. So, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. But if anything, guys, let's get started. I did edit down the videos to some of the talking points that I wanted to respond to. Of course, if you do want to watch the full video, it is a 17-minute video that's going to be on his channel at More Jgod'S. All right.
So Bobbypoff situation is a little bit crazy. I'll catch some of you guys up to speed for those that don't know what's going on. Pretty much, this is somebody who grinds Call of Duty probably 200 to 300 hours a month, live streaming over on Twitch. They post on YouTube, but they've been grinding the game basically since Blackout, top leaderboard grinder for wins, all this type of stuff. But their account recently got permanently banned, and a lot of people have been kind of messaging me like, hey, what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on this? And it's really hard to get out all the nuance of the conversation immediately in like 2 sentences. It's really difficult to do. I think there's a lot of information that kind of gets lost, but it really just depends on kind of where you're coming at it from. Clearly, he got permanently banned, so there's something going on with the account. So we'll kind of look into that based off kind of what he's saying, what I've heard from Activision on their end, and kind of put together kind of what my general thoughts on this and kind of how this impacts Call of Duty as a whole.
All right, we're off to a good start. So, Jgod'S does believe in the permaban. He knows that the permaban is valid because in order for an account to be permaban, it has to break a serious violation of the TOS, or the security enforcement policy, in which he states later on in the video, and you'll be able to listen to it. But anyways, let's move on.
The facts are that his account did get permanently banned, which generally 99.9999% of the time, those accounts stay permanently banned unless there was some kind of accident. I know sometimes people get their accounts stolen. And this happens to a lot of times to console players because people get their account stolen. It gets linked on Steam or Battle.net, and then somebody plays on the account, rage hacking. It has a higher trust score because you've played for a long period of time. You built that trust score up, and then they get the account banned. And when the Activision looks into it, they realize that, yeah, your account got stolen, and then they can reverse it. And that's happened plenty of times to people. It takes a while to fight it, and then eventually they get shadow banned, and it's kind of a whole ordeal. It's just trouble in general.
All right, so a lot of the information that you're going to hear Jgod'S talk about in this video, it is valid. He is just reporting every single factor, but there is a chance that the things that he's reporting on, how do I say it? It gives room for reasonable doubt. What I mean by that is, I believe I talked about this in my shorts videos, is that you know, you could have almost every single piece of evidence in the world. You could be at that 99% sus level. So for example, someone is being tried for murder, right? You know, they could have fingerprints on the knife. They could be noticed at the scene. You know, they could get vouchers from people to say, hey, you know, so and so was not here when they said that they were here. Their alibi is shot, right? And maybe for some reason the person that's on trial for that murder, they're able to get away scot-free. Why? Because maybe they place the evidence up. Well, did you see me use that weapon on that victim? Because we don't have the 100% factor of seeing Bobby upload wall hacks, upload aimbot. We did not see a 100% factor of hacks showing up on his stream, right? There is that 1% chance, and I think that's what Jgod'S is reporting on, is that there is a 1% reasonable doubt that he could not be cheating. What I'm glad that, like I said, what I'm glad that he talked about is that the permaban is valid.
So a lot of times what will end up happening is streamers that are only play Warzone and only grind Warzone, they let people jump on their account to grind them out. Pay them, they still pay them $500, $1,500 depending on how hard the grind is. It's going to be different from game to game. And generally the bigger streamer who's going to lose the most amount of revenue will pay for these services. Even though there's this like misconception that a lot of streamers would use like an unlock tool, when in reality they would just pay someone so that they're not going to get banned on the account. But it looks like this has been that scenario. In the TOS, it says that you're responsible for what happens on your account, regardless if you're on your account. So by the process of you sharing your account, you better be sharing it with someone trusted.
And same thing, his points is valid. You know, I can't say anything about the points because it's not logic flawed, right? He's reporting that Bobby had shared the account, and there's a possibility that the person that they shared the account with was using an unlock tool. Now, one thing that I wanted to call out on what Jgod'S says is that there's a big stigma that, you know, all streamers use unlock tools. Now, there is no validity that they don't use unlock tools. You know, we can get a lot of trust me bro sources. We can get a lot of personal vouchers from these streamers saying, hey, I don't use an unlock tool. I pay so-and-so, or I pay someone else to level up my guns and camos and whatnot. Now, you know, if they have receipts to show for it, great, awesome, you know, good. It proves validity. But for Jgod'S to say, you know, no streamer uses unlock tools, with how bad the cheating scene is, and, you know, with the situation that Bobby is going through right now, which is possibly an unlock tool, who's to say that that might not be a valid factor too, that streamers do use unlock tools? And we need to make sure we call that out.
You know that this is something that he has done previous years, because how do you grind 300 hours of Warzone in the month the game comes out, and then you have all the camos? Just put 2 and 2 together. It's not an unlock tool because those get banned pretty quickly. This is something that makes sense. It's at least plausible, whether or not you agree or disagree.
So one thing about the unlock tools, guys, is the UAs, or unlock all programs, right? Whether you use it today, tomorrow, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, or the last time you actually used the unlock tool was maybe 2 months ago, right? If that unlock tool program ever gets detected by Ricochet, ever gets detected by Activision, any account that unlock tool has touched will get permanently banned. Now, mind you, take my information that I just said with a grain of salt, because this is the only thing that I've read on Discord channels. You know, this is not something valid. This is not something that Activision stated, right? It's not an official article. So, like I said, take my information with a grain of salt. I am technically a trust me bro source when it comes to that unlock tool factor. That's why you'll hear sometimes where it's like, oh, I'm a console player, but I got banned. I'm not using any cheats, right? That, yeah, you know, there could be a factor. You might not have been using aimbot. You might not have been using wall hacks, because for consoles, you don't have that. But there's a possibility that you paid someone to tool your account. And if it's tooling your account and that gets detected, guess what? Your account gets banned and your console gets bricked.
But nobody will ever know. I mean, you kind of got to take it as face value. If he's saying that, hey, you know what? I've never cheated. I think this is what happened. I shared my account. He's being honest about that portion, which I don't think he's ever hidden that portion. This particular case just shows that, hey, you know what? He made his bonehead decision. Is he actually cheating? I don't think so. There wasn't really any, like, he wasn't one of those people that you consider, oh, he's on the list for using 2D radar, soft aim, aimbot, whatever, walls, all these different cheats that people would have or use. He wasn't on anyone's radar, in my opinion. I didn't think that was the case. He's an above average player for sure, but he's definitely not at that competitive level where people think he's legitimately cheating.
Now, just a reminder, guys, you can still suck in Warzone and cheat, right? You know, you got crappy players who start to cheat who become okay players, and you have great players who start to cheat and they become godly players, right? I think in Bobbypoff's situation, I agree that he never really got on my radar too. His aim was never really sus. You know, his movement was never really crazy. It wasn't some YY demon movement. In my personal opinion, if I wanted to add, is his map awareness, his map rotations on the big BR map was so on point and perfect, where he never got flanked. He was always in that high ground position to always win his gunfights, simply because he rotated the best, because he knew his map awareness. Now, you know, we could chalk it up to 90+ days of Warzone game time, right? Oh, you know, he's played so freaking long on the big battle royale map that it's a natural instinct for him. Now, you know, I can't deny that, right? Because logically that might make sense. You know, for a player to constantly play that long, there's a possibility that he could have developed this game sense and map rotation knowledge. But, you know, there's validity to both sides. Could it be knowledge? Could it be wall hacks? We don't know. We need to know from Activision. And what Activision has stated is that with this permanent ban, there was unauthorized software. And I think Jgod'S mentioned it in the original video, but I never put it in this edited version, is that I agree with his statement that Activision should be transparent in regards to putting the specific reason and the specific program that got detected. You know, Activision gives a broad email saying, hey, we banned your account because we found some unauthorized software. What is the unauthorized software? We're not going to tell you. I think that's an improvement that Activision should do when they toss these permanent bans out, because if they are going to be standing 10 toes down on these permabans being valid and there is no such thing as false permabans, which I believe, they need to be more transparent. They need to give us information like, hey, Bobby, we banned you. Why? Because we detected this program that is considered wall hacks. I'm sorry. You know, something like that.
Innocent until proven guilty, or guilty until proven innocent. And I think most of the time I stand on the side of innocent until proven guilty. And in this particular case, Bobby is technically guilty until proven innocent. The permaban came through. Whether he's guilty of actually cheating or not, he's guilty of giving a permanent ban. How that happened, we'll never really know the full extent of it. Was it the person that played on his account? If the appeal goes through and he gets his original account back, then maybe that is the case. I'm open to changing my opinion on this, but I think the same holds true. If somebody isn't getting permanent banned, then likely they are innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, so that last bit that I put in Jgod'S, the reason why I want to keep that in there is that's the innocent until proven guilty. You know, as much as I complain and talk about the cheating scene and how bad it is, right? We need to keep the objective clear. Right? We need to have valid evidence. Yes, there is evidence that could make someone 99% sus, but the reason why we need to make sure we stick to 100% before accusing is we need to stop people doing witch hunts, right? There are legit content creators who are being caught in the crossfire because you have individuals who are not fully researching and they're not really looking into that clip, not really looking into their content to validate if it's actual cheats or not. They're gonna go off of just a couple of pieces of evidence that may or may not be valid to wall hacks or aimbot or whatever other cheating method that they use, and they're just gonna scream cheater. And I think that's bad. It's just as bad as the cheaters themselves. But you know, let's keep hopping on both sides of the fence, right? We wouldn't have that type of behavior from people if there was no cheating in the first place. So that's why I take it all the way back to Activision. I take it all the way back to the cheating player base, right? It's both. You know, we can't just blame one or the other. It's literally both 100%, not 50-50, 100% fault on both sides. But if anything, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, if you want to help me out in the algorithm, if you want to bring back honest gaming, please comment down below, hashtag bring back honest gaming. You know, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about what Jgod'S has said in this video. You know, let me know your own personal thoughts. What do you think about this entire situation overall? And if anything, I will see you guys in the next video. Noble out.